When you need to turn your iPad into a teleprompter, well, we've got a program for you. Plus, we'll give you a stand that you can put your iPad into to use it as a teleprompter. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here. Welcome to iPad 365, the show where we look at apps to keep your iPad aplay. It is Monday, and we're looking at something for some of you people out there that have to get in front of a camera. It might be a business thing. You know, it's also a good way to learn on a script or something like that. So let's say you're you're a salesperson and you create scripts for certain products so you can explain them a lot better. Well, you know, you put together a script and you've got to rehearse it. How do you do that? Well, that's where this app comes in. It's called Prompterous. And Andy McCaskey actually turned this on to me. We were at CES and we had to do some ad reads. And he said, well, have you downloaded Prompterous and put the ad on there? And I said, no, I did not. And he showed me the ad, and I was really impressed with how this thing works. Basically, here's how it works. You can upload a document, you can type in a document, you can adjust the settings and go from there. So like, for instance, I do have a couple things. And of course, you can pull from Dropbox, you can pull from Google Docs, you can send a text or you can get a text. We're going to write a text, and we're going to say, this is a test. And we'll go, this is a test of the emergency broadcast system. Yes, I do know the whole thing. I'm going to type it up really quick, and then we're gonna show it to you really quick. So let's speed this up. Okay, so we've created my test here on the emergency broadcast system. So basically, I've got this saved into my document. So I go over here and I say, this is a test. We can go here. This is a test. Now we're ready. We can start the teleprompter. Now, when we start the teleprompter, as you can see, the words are starting to flow. We can zoom it. We can bring it up and down just like that. We can stop it, pause it, make it go faster, make it go slower, whatever we need to make this work. Now, you also have some other options like changing the fonts and changing the font sizes from other areas. And of course, checking the settings of the actual prompter. Like for instance, if you want to see the timer on there, you can choose that. If you want to mirror the text. Now mirroring the text, what that does is then brings it in to a reverse prompter. Like for instance, if I have one of those professional teleprompters that puts the words right in front of the screen. So I just read right into the camera and go from there. So if I do that and I start the teleprompter, of course, everything is backwards. And we don't want it. And of course, we got a timer on the top, which is pretty cool. So we go back to settings. I'm going to turn that mirror text off. And then we're going to say we want the line height, we want a double height, and go from there. So we're going to save those settings. And so this is how it works. So we'll start the teleprompter. And I'll sit there and I'll go, this is a test of the emergency broadcast system. A little bit slow. The broadcasters in your area have developed this test in case of an emergency. This had been an actual emergency. The attention signal you just heard a little bit too fast. So wait a minute, let's go back here. If this had been an actual emergency, the attention signal you just heard would have been followed by official news and instruction. I want to pause here because I want to make a quick announcement or talk about something, and then I can continue from here. This concludes this test of the emergency broadcast system. And then, of course, you keep going. You can continue to talk, and you put it in. Somebody can put in more into the teleprompter and go from there. But when it's time to see that goodbye come through and turn white, then it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye. The name of the app is called Prompterous. It's in the App Store. It's not free. It's $1.99 for the app, but well worth it if you need to read a script, if you need to learn a script, or learn anything. This is a great app to have. You know, while I was at CES, I saw a lot of cool stuff, a lot of great attachments and things for the iPad. And of course, you've been seeing that on iPad 365. One of these that I got, and I still have a video that's going to be coming out. It's from OnStage, and basically what this is meant for musicians, but it can be for anybody. Like for instance, myself, just reading scripts and stuff like that. We talk about the teleprompter. It's a case. It's a standard iPad case, except it's got a screw hole in the back, right there. And what it also has is this little bar system, which is a two-piece system. Aluminum bars that attach just like this. And basically what happens is I can attach this to like a microphone stand, a music stand, or anything like that. Although I don't know why I'd want to attach this to a music stand, but anything that it can fit in here, it would work. And so, but basically what happens is we can then turn around, we can take this and we can spin this around and put it right onto the stand right here. So here would be our iPad right here. And then of course we can adjust it. We can say, okay, I want this to look like this, because when I play music, I want to see it, of course. So we'll adjust it up a little bit. So basically my iPad's right here, and I could have it, you know, if my microphone's like right here, I could have the iPad right here. So I could take a look at words or chords or anything like that, because there's a lot of great apps for musicians out there to actually have the chords running through. Or you have a program like Prompterous, and you're sitting there, you're talking in a public area. Let's say you're talking in front of 20, 30 people, and you've got your speech all set up on Prompterous. All you have to do is put it on here and then put it onto a stand or something like that, and then you can read as you're going. So you stay on track, and you've got all the ideals that you want to do express across through a speech. And of course, by having it propped up like that, you can keep your hands free. Of course, I don't have a stand there, so it's hard to do, but you can have your hands free so you can talk. So if you don't have a table in front of you and you just have a microphone stand, you can hook that up into there. The company's called OnStage. This is called the uMount. And of course, I have a link to our friends over at B&H Photo Video, so you can get one yourself. That's only $40 for you to get one of these. Now, the cool thing was he was showing them on a boom arm. So he was actually, he had the iPad up on a boom arm for sound guys. You'd have this boom thing where you'd have the microphone, so it'd sit like right here for somebody to talk. Pretty cool stuff. I'm going to add this into my collection, into my music area, so I can actually pull up lyrics when I need to pull up lyrics, or pull up a speech if I need to. And that's this episode of iPad 365. What'd you think of Prompterous? Are you going to put it into your iPad? Are you going to use it? Tell me what your uses are. Are you going to use it to read off an ad script? Are you going to use it to read off a regular script? You're learning a speech to perform in front of class. Let me know by twittering me over at iPad 365. Of course, show at ipad-365.com is the email address. Please email me there and let me know what's going on. Of course, you can also go over to geekazine.com, fill out the contact form there. All right, we will be back on Wednesday when it will be another episode of iPad 365. We'll have another great app for you. My name is Jeffrey Powers. Until then, you guys geek out, and we'll see you then. Take care. You should follow Graphite on Twitter at GraphiteINC.